Hi, I'm Manju. Welcome to Sharing Cooking Secrets. Let's do some more chocolate decorations today. For this decoration, I need melted chocolate, and if you want to know how to melt the chocolate, please see my previous videos for the same. Now, I have a piece of butter paper here. You can use parchment paper even. And I'm just going to do this. Don't get shocked. Squash it up as tightly as possible. The more creases, the better. And just open it up quickly. Spread it. I'm just going to take a little bit of oil, any oil, and I'm just going to spread it like this. This is to help my paper stick down. And I'm going to pour my chocolate on top of this. Take your palette knife and just spread this chocolate all over your butter paper. Don't worry if it comes out. Let this just set for a few minutes. And I'm just going to lift it like this. Just lift this off like this. And just put it down on another space. With a scraper, I'm just going to clean my space up. So now we have to wait until this semi-sets. Once it semi-sets, I'm going to cut it into squares. Don't put this in the fridge, otherwise it will become too hard. So just leave it a few minutes it will take. So you touch it. See, it's coming back on my fingers, so I know it's still not done. So the chocolate is semi-set. So just test it with your hands. If the chocolate comes back on your hands, that means it's still soft. Chocolate's ready. Now we're just going to cut this into squares. Put it on a tray like this. And put some weight on it. So when you put this in the freezer, the paper doesn't fold over. Okay? So I'm just going to place this like this. And we're going to put this in the freezer for around 5 minutes. So let's check to see if our decorations are ready. And take this butter paper. And I'm going to invert this like this. Just remove the paper now. You can leave them like this, or if you want to put some edible dust on it, it'll look even more beautiful. So I've got some copper color here. So just now these look dressed and glamorous. Isn't this fabulous? These are great for putting on the side of the cake, and with just one small sheet of butter paper, you have so many decorations. For our next decoration, I've got some leaves here. These are the leaves from a money plant. You can use rose leaves if you want, and I have washed them and dried them. Now I'm using the reverse side of the leaf. I have melted chocolate here. And I'm just going to take a little bit and I'm going to put it in the center. Now how much you put depends on the size of your leaf. So by the time you've done a couple of leaves, you will understand how much chocolate to apply. We don't want them to be very thick, and neither do we want them to be thin, otherwise if they're too thin, they're going to break very easily. So just carefully and as quick as possible before the chocolate starts hardening, spread the chocolate. Make sure the chocolate is room temperature. If the chocolate is too hot, it's just going to fall off the leaf. Now I've left a slight part undone from the top, so that will help me peel off the chocolate. It doesn't matter if this looks untidy. This is not going to show because this is the wrong side. Once this is done, we're going to put this in the freezer just for about 2 to 3 minutes. So how to remove these? Gently hold it in your hand, and where you see a slight green part on the top, just try and remove it from there, and just remove it. A lot of people ask me, do we grease the leaves? No, please, we don't grease the leaves. For our next decoration is using this plastic sheet called bubble wrap. Please don't sit and do this, okay? Otherwise we won't be able to make decorations. So these have been washed and dried. With my brush, I'm just going to dip it in some vegetable oil, any oil, it doesn't matter. And we're just going to just brush the bubble wrap with a thin film of oil. We don't want too much. This just makes it easy for the chocolate to come out. This time we're going to use white chocolate. For the bubble wrap, you need to have a little bit of a thick consistency and a thick layer. So with my palette knife, I'm going to spread this all over the bubble wrap. Again, don't be afraid if it comes out of the bubble wrap. It's not a problem. So just pat it like this and let it semi-set. So I'd like to show you another decoration you can do on the bubble wrap. Again, just with my vegetable oil, just going to rub this all over the bubble wrap like this. This decoration is a little difficult, but it's so beautiful. Just going to put very small amount, and I'm going to spread this, make a very thin layer like this. Then spread it thinly like this. Now this needs to go in the freezer, and this will take around 5 minutes. So let's see if this has semi-set. Yes, see, the chocolate is not coming back on my hands. So you can cut this into any shape you like, make it squares. You can use cookie cutters to cut this. Normally I like to cut long triangles. So once it's cut, we're going to place it in the freezer. It won't come out in one piece, so don't worry. It's supposed to come out like that. When people see these decorations, they just wonder, how are these done? The trick is to put the oil. And you need good quality bubble wrap. It has to be a little stiff. If it's the very soft ones, it may not work. You can break them up in small pieces and use them on your pastries, or you can use this one large piece to put on your cake. These are a bit difficult to remove, and some of them might break, so don't get disheartened. Now, very carefully, remove the bubble. Very, very patiently, very slowly. Remove this very carefully. And you can do this with the dark chocolate as well. The trick is the oil. The oil makes it a little easier to remove. So this is how they look.